This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. In the world of horology, 2024 marked a quieter year for watches, but expectations are high for a more exciting 2025. Numerous anniversaries of both iconic watch brands and specific models are anticipated, suggesting a potential surge in releases and developments. Several significant milestones stand out, and there are emerging trends that may shape the industry in the coming year. Let's explore these in greater detail in this video brought to you by the Luxury World. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay updated with all our future content on luxury watches and more. Major brand anniversaries. Many well-established watch brands are celebrating remarkable anniversaries in 2025. Chapek, for example, is commemorating the 10th anniversary of its relaunch. This refers to not the original founding, but the recent revival of the brand. Rolex, a hallmark of Swiss watchmaking, will mark its 120th anniversary, while Audemars Piguet and Patek Philippe are celebrating their 150th anniversaries. In terms of more expansive milestones, Breguet is marking an impressive 250 years, and Vacheron Constantin will celebrate 270 years of watchmaking heritage. Although these anniversaries are all legitimate, not all might warrant significant new product releases. Chapek's 10th anniversary is an intriguing one, especially given the growing popularity of its Antarctique range, which has already become quite expansive with a variety of dial colors and designs. It would be interesting to see Chapek capitalize on this anniversary by introducing a new dial color, continuing its trend of producing beautifully crafted timepieces. Audemars Piguet, on the other hand, is known for producing special editions for virtually every occasion, sometimes with questionable reasons. However, their 150th anniversary is a milestone that certainly merits celebration, and AP will likely release a commemorative model to mark the event. Noteworthy watch model anniversaries. Beyond brand anniversaries, several iconic watch models will be celebrating their own milestones. Tissot, for instance, is recognizing the 10th anniversary of the North Flag collection, which, though discontinued, could make a return as part of a larger strategy to tap into the current market demand for bold designs. Tudor is marking 30 years since the launch of the Tudor Prince Chronograph, a model that may experience a revival, particularly given its historical significance and the company's recent success with new releases. Hublot is celebrating 20 years of the Big Bang, while Omega and James Bond continue their collaboration with the 30th anniversary of their partnership. Additionally, several important models from other brands will mark key anniversaries, such as the 50th anniversary of Girard-Perregaux's Lorito and the 70th anniversaries of Rolex G&D Master and Oaks Ingenieur. For these models, some, like the Tudor Prince Chronograph and the Lorito, could see meaningful updates or even a return to their roots. The Prince Chronograph's return would be a natural move, especially considering Tudor's ongoing efforts to refresh and innovate its catalog with movements like their in-house chronograph caliber. The Lorito's anniversary is particularly exciting, given its historical significance in the integrated sports watch category, which has been a major trend in recent years. Rolex GMT Master, with its 70th anniversary, could also see subtle updates, as the brand is known for making quiet changes to its models rather than creating major fanfare around them. These updates often involve tweaks to dial colors or bezels, like the quiet 50th anniversary updates to the Submariner. A similar approach could be expected for the GMT Master, possibly revisiting the iconic Pepsi bezel color scheme in a more refined form. Emerging trends in watch design. The broader watch industry is witnessing several notable trends, with vintage-inspired designs making a strong comeback. While the vintage market surged in popularity several years ago, interest in these timepieces appears to be resurging. Notably, brands like Tudor have successfully tapped into this nostalgia, with collections like the Black Bay serving as modern reinterpretations of vintage models. Omega, too, has excelled in combining modern designs with subtle vintage influences, such as the Speedmaster Pilot Flight Qualified, which features design elements reminiscent of chronographs from the 1960s and 1970s. Dress watches are also enjoying a resurgence, with many collectors and enthusiasts showing an increased interest in timepieces suited for formal occasions. More than just reserved for black tie events, dress watches are being embraced for everyday wear, adding a level of sophistication to more casual outfits. This trend indicates a shift in consumer preferences, with a move away from purely sport-oriented watches. Another key trend is the rise of micro-brands and independent watchmakers. These smaller, lesser-known entities are gaining traction, with enthusiasts drawn to their unique, often limited edition offerings. However, not all micro-brands are thriving. While the strong performers continue to rise in prominence, the weaker brands are likely to fade away. Still, This reflects a larger shift in consumer priorities, as the traditional focus on value retention has diminished. Collectors are now more willing to embrace riskier investments, purchasing watches from independent makers or exploring the vintage market without the expectation of retaining value. A shifting market landscape. The overall watch market is currently in a state of transition. The previous emphasis on value retention, particularly with steel sports watches, has waned. Watches, once seen as solid investments, are now more likely to lose value, which has frustrated many collectors. However, this shift presents an opportunity for greater freedom in purchasing decisions. With the pressure to prioritize resale value fading, enthusiasts are now looking for timepieces that resonate with personal style rather than financial considerations. This change is evident in the growing appeal of vintage watches, independent micro-brands, and dress watches. Collectors are embracing the opportunity to explore new, sometimes unconventional options that might not necessarily offer a financial return but deliver a sense of individual expression and a connection to horological history. In this context, the increasing interest in micro-brands, independent watchmakers, and vintage pieces is not just a passing trend but a reflection of a deeper desire for authenticity and individuality. As the secondary market for watches becomes less reliable as a financial strategy, enthusiasts are looking for ways to connect with the watch world in more meaningful ways, purchasing watches that speak to their passions and tastes rather than their future resale potential. The overall transition within the watch market points to a new era of collecting, where personal connection and aesthetic appeal are at the forefront of decision-making. As the pressure to focus on investment value fades, collectors are embracing a broader range of timepieces, from vintage models to independent micro-brands and refined dress watches. These shifts are indicative of a more liberated approach to collecting, where the emphasis is placed on quality, originality, and craftsmanship rather than market trends or future financial returns. In 2025, the watch industry will continue to evolve, with collectors enjoying more freedom than ever to pursue the watches that truly resonate with them. Whether it's the allure of vintage designs, the excitement of discovering a new micro-brand, or the elegance of a well-crafted dress watch, the evolving market offers an exciting array of possibilities for those who are less focused on resale value and more interested in the timeless appeal of the timepiece itself. Anticipated releases and rumors. One of the most anticipated releases is the potential return of the Tudor Prince chronograph, especially in light of the recent excitement around the model and the brand's investment in new movements. The 30th anniversary of the chronograph provides an ideal occasion to revisit the design, and many believe Tudor has the resources and desire to do so. Other potential releases might include more variants of the IWC Engineer, which is celebrating its 70th anniversary in 2025. Since IWC recently relaunched the model, the expectation is that more versions of the Engineer will be introduced, potentially including slimmer, more wearable sizes or complications like chronographs and travel time functions. As 2025 unfolds, it will be fascinating to observe how these anniversaries and trends shape the watchmaking landscape. The vintage and dress watch trends, along with the rise of micro-brands, signal a more diversified market, where collectors can explore a wider range of horological options than ever before. Whether or not the brands live up to expectations by releasing exciting new models, the evolving consumer mindset and shifting industry priorities indicate a promising year ahead for watch enthusiasts. What are your thoughts on the topic we shared in this video? We would appreciate it if you let us know by leaving a comment and giving it a thumbs up. Do not forget to follow our channel for more content. Once again, this is the Luxury World, and we look forward to having you join us in our upcoming videos.